Paolo Banchero had a slow start to his second NBA season. Over his first 4 games, he was averaging 12.5 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game, and 4.5 assists per game on 37.8, 22.2, 53.8 splits, and a 44.1 true shooting percentage. However, over his last 2 games, he's been an absolute monster, averaging 27.5 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 7.5 assists per game on 64.3, 50, 72.7 splits, and a 73 true shooting percentage, showing us why he was the number 1 pick, why he was the Rookie of the Year, and why people like myself believe in him as a potential NBA superstar one day. But quickly before we go any further, if you're new and like basketball, I would really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the 2 best ways that can help me out in the YouTube algorithm, help support the channel, and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the 2024 NBA season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Anyways, let's talk about Paolo Banchero. The first thing I've noticed with Paolo has been his improvement as a finisher at the basket. Last season, he shot 56.9% at the rim on 6 attempts per game. This season, he's shooting 65.7% at the rim on 5.8 attempts per game over the first 6 games of the season. Even in games where he struggled overall from the field, he's been really good at getting to the rim. We all know he's great at drawing contact. He was in the 97th percentile in terms of free throw attempts last season, which for a rookie is absurd, and he's maintained that 97th percentile in terms of free throw attempts through the first 6 games of year 2. Paolo is able to be a monster rim pressure threat because he's the ultimate basketball mismatch. At 6'10", 250 pounds, he combines unreal physicality with guard-like quickness and movement skills. He's too strong and physical for most players who can match his quickness and fluidity. He's too quick and fluid for most players who can match his strength and physicality. Being as good of a rim pressure threat as Paolo has been is an incredible foundation to have for such a young player, and given everything else he does in his game, you see the foundation for a potential superstar. Paolo is a rare type of scoring talent. He has natural instincts as a creator, his counters are instinctual, he has an incredible handle, not just for his size, but in general. Now, he's not the first and won't be the last player that's 6'10" with skills like this, but what makes him rare is the fact that he's extremely physical on top of that. Most 6'10" players with his type of scoring skills aren't as physically developed as Paolo is. You see a lot of them be more lanky and be around 190 to 210 pounds. Paolo is doing this at 250 pounds and most of it is muscle. He has a deep bag of scoring moves, but what's more impressive than the moves he has is how natural those scoring moves come to him. And when you combine the skill with the physical and athletic tools, you get a really dangerous scorer. He could work on his 3-point shooting consistency. I also think at the same time, he at the very least currently meets the threshold of being competent, and I think given everything he's shown as a shot creator, he could get better. And that will only expand his already immense scoring upside. Regardless, when the first name that comes to mind in terms of similar levels of strength, fluidity, and skill as an offensive creator is LeBron James, that really shows just how special you have a chance to be. Paolo also has shown signs as a playmaker that have stood out as well. Now, he does need to cut down on turnovers, but what young player doesn't have to do that? That doesn't take away from the fact that he has special playmaking tools. His vision is incredible, his feel for the game is really good, he can make reads, he understands how to manipulate his scoring gravity, he can create on the ball, he can be a connector within the flow of the offense. The Magic seem to be using Paolo more as a playmaker to start this season compared to his rookie season. He's averaging 5.5 assists per game to start this season compared to 3.7 assists per game that he averaged as a rookie. And while the turnovers need to be cleaned up and they have gone up in year 2 compared to year 1, the assist to turnover ratio hasn't dipped nearly enough for me to write this off as him just passing more, especially when his assist to turnover ratio only dipped by 0.39 and his assists per game have gone up by 1.8 and his assist percentage has gone up by 9.7%. He's shown enough last season and through the first 6 games this season, as well as in college, to suggest that he can be a high-level playmaker. And when you combine his playmaking and scoring, you see the potential for one of the most complete players in the NBA one day. Simply put, Paolo Banchero is a rare type of talent. Just about everything he does is rare for a player with his combination of athleticism and physical tools. There are no other 6'10", 250-pound players that move like a guard wing the way he does, are as explosive as he is athletically, have the feel for the game that he has, have the shot-creating intangibles that he has, have the playmaking tools he has. A lot of the talk about the forward big hybrids and how special and rare they are is around Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren for good reason, because they have been incredible. But Paolo is right there with them in terms of outlier types of skills at those positions. This is a player that can truly be the engine of your offense, be an elite scorer and high-level playmaker, generate rim pressure that creates open looks for those around him, takes over games when needed the most. I don't think it's a stretch to say Paolo has the potential to be a superstar and one of the best players in the NBA one day. And if you've been subscribed to the channel long enough, you guys know I don't say things like that lightly. He gets to the line. He can dominate as a scorer. He can leverage his scoring to be a high-level playmaker. Those are all signs of potential superstardom. It's no guarantee he becomes a superstar. Only time will tell. But the signs are there. This is one of the most rare talents to enter the NBA in recent memory. Granted, it's been overshadowed by other rare talent, but if you can name any other player who has combined the physical tools, athleticism, skill, feel, and intangibles that Paolo has that has entered the NBA in the last 5 to 10 years, I would like to hear it. The only other name that comes close in my mind among one-and-done players or players in general to enter the NBA during that time span that have similar levels of things that Paolo does is Zion Williamson, and Zion Williamson is one of the 3 best prospects I've ever evaluated. I struggle to name another 6'10", 250-pound power forward that does what Paolo does. Someone that handles the basketball the way he does, has the natural shot creating and scoring tools that he does, and combines the physicality of the bully ball power forwards from years past with the explosiveness, fluidity, and quickness of a guard or wing that we see in modern day power forwards. And the scariest part of all of this is the same reason it's scary watching Chet Holmgren or Victor Wembanyama. This is only Paolo's 2nd NBA season. He's still just scratching the surface. He's nowhere close to as good as he can be. If what he's shown in his last 2 games in particular is only a sign of things to come, I can only imagine what he's going to look like in his prime. But that's the end of this video. If you made it to this point, thank you so much. Again, haven't already, like, subscribe, hit notification bell, notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the 2 best ways you can help me out in the YouTube algorithm, help support the channel, and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the 2024 NBA season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Let me know what you think about Paolo Banchero in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on his his slow start and then kind of picking it up over his last 2 games. Also, just uploaded once again on the second channel. I did a video about Killian Hayes and my confusion with him starting. If you want more content like that video, I am going to be uploading there a lot in between the main channel uploads. I'm more laid back, I show more personality, and just make videos about basketball topics that I don't feel like I can do an in-depth breakdown video like this one, but I still want to talk about. So if you want more basketball content from me that's a bit different than what I do on this channel, feel free to subscribe to that channel. I'll link that channel in the description below and the pinned comment. But with that being said, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.